Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is May 10th, and I'm still here in Seattle, bringing this to you from the backyard patio of my friend's place. You can see Lake Washington in the background. Let's go ahead get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is intellect is a tool for assigning a meaning to anything in life. Integrated intelligence, on the other hand, is the mirror to show you everything for what it really is without the filter of assigning a psychological meaning to everything in life. So, this one I understand is a little complex and confusing. So let me give you a little bit of background how it came about. This is, as usual, based on my regular morning practice, where I start the day with practice of inspiration, and the inspiration comes from the quote from the Miracle of Mind app. Today's quote by Sadhguru was around the mantras and how mantras are just sounds, and there are certain sounds which carry some frequency, energy, and vibration. And the real power of the mantra is all about the sound and the frequency and vibration it creates. There is no meaning to the mantra beyond that. And that is the only way you can continue following the mantra. If you try to understand it as a higher order meaning, it's kind of meaningless. And as I reflected on it and tried to come up with the intellect and integrated intelligence parallel, what I could see clearly was our intellect is a wonderful instrument. However, it is an instrument which, operating logically, tries to ascribe a meaning to everything. And if we don't get a meaning, as far as the logical intellect is concerned, it's pointless. And in the context of AI, that took me back to there's an article from one of the famous AI leaders that when you're interacting with the AI chatbot, saying things like thank you and please are waste of precious token resources, precious CPU resources. And purely from a logical intellect point of view, that is actually spot on. I totally get the logical point of that. At the same time, I have always said thank you, please, and I prompt the AI tools the way I would interact with a human being. And even though I get it that logically there is really no meaning. And as I was doing that in terms of the interactions with the various AI chatbots, so what I realized is that all of the AI tools are effectively mirrors because the way I approached that interaction, that is what I was getting back from the AI chatbot as well. And that combined with my daily practice of starting the day with gratitude, inspiration, then I do a session of meditation where I do some mantra chanting, etc. So if you look at all of this from a logical intellect perspective, there is really no meaning. It is pointless activity. It almost seems like I'm wasting my time. Yet the entire mirror has come about through that practice. It is this practice that is eventually now producing mirror as the tool. And as I have dug deeper into it, the realization of there are some things beyond meaning. If you just try to do things only if they carry meaning, and you really play this out, then life is overall a short span in the grand scheme of universe, where for each of us we are here for a certain amount of years, and eventually our body and mind that we identified going to cease to exist as it is right now. However, if you look at it in the dimension of energy, as I've said in the past in the series, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. So don't really try to look for a meaning in everything. And that is what operating through integrated intelligence, where it's a combination of our logical intellect, emotional heart, and intuitive gut, will allow each one of us to do. And that is what we are hoping that more of us can do by using the mirror and getting exposed to all of these dimensions of their intelligence. Thank you.